training Floyd Mayweather Sr. You know, Floyd, you spent a lot of several years working with one of the more kind of renowned generations fighters, Oscar De La Hoya. Looking back at your time with Oscar, what do you remember most about your days training him?
It was a lot of fun. You know, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of agony in it, as well as fun. It was a lot of fun because we collided, we mingled, we tangled, and you know, I'm just saying we would only just training and fighter. We was me and Oscar had a real close relationship, you know, when it came to boxing, you know, and I told him different things he should do, and Oscar was a straight up guy. He'd do whatever I tell him.
What was the first fight you worked with for Oscar? And
De La Hoya, the very first fight, Arturo Gatti.
How did it come about to where he approached you? Did his people approach you, or how did it come about?
I don't know who approached me. You know, they heard that me and Floyd had broke up, and it was a good thing that they did hear it, because you know I was getting more than a lot of the fighters was getting. I'm just saying, you know, they trained 2 months, and I feel like I was overseeing some of them. I was overseeing some of them, but like I said, I was very. I want to say that I was like with Oscar. I want to say, man, Oscar was. I'm just saying. Close, man, you know, in a way where he understood me and I understood him, and it was a good relationship with me and Oscar. You know, I had no problem, and he's one of the guys that put me on the map.
Where were most of your guys' training camps held?
Big Bear.
Big Bear. What was it like? Like, if you could take me behind the scenes.
I think we had only one other camp, I think, that we had. We had a camp down here once, I think, in Vegas. And then we had a camp in Puerto Rico.
Really?
Once, yes. Yeah. Matter of fact, I take that back. We had 2 camps in Puerto Rico.
Okay. What was, if you could take me behind the scenes of a typical Floyd Mayweather Sr. Oscar De La Hoya training camp, what was it like, you know, just from the sparring you got, the work you did with him, the camaraderie, what was it like?
It was, like I said, it was a daily thing, and, you know, one thing about Oscar, he wasn't no kind of guy that didn't do what you asked him, you know, that's why I didn't ever have a problem with him. You know, and I expressed to him like I expressed to anybody else. You know, when I come in and let you know what's going on, I tell you what's happening with me. Mm-hmm. You know, straightforward. That's it. How
would you describe his skills, like his ability, his natural ability as a fighter?
He got a left hook that'll knock you off this planet. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that's. He really hits that hard like that with the hook. And I ain't talking about his right hand. I helped him get a right hand too, but it's nothing like his hook, man. Yeah. You know, hook you got to kill a left hook.
How did Oscar treat you, like, as a person? Like, did he always give you your respect? Was he always like
very always was respectful towards me, and I was likewise towards him. You know, it wasn't no different, and he's very respectful now. Whenever I see him, you know, ain't nothing changed in that, and I'm still likewise. I'm the same way towards him, and we got mutual respect for each other. You know, we had a good camp, a good run, and far as boxing go, I made more money than I ever made of anybody. So I mean, what can I say? The man got me living good today.
Gotcha. Now, Oscar De La Hoya, by the time you had started working with him, he had already made millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Did you sense that he was the type of person where the money changed him, or was he still like a grounded, down to earth person? Like,
well, it's some things that I can say, but I'm not going to say. It's some things that I can say, but like I said, that as long as he was nice to me, that is the key thing, with me, that he respected me, and sometimes when the little money thing got out of hand a little bit, to me, I approached him. And when I approached him, he stepped up and he filled that void right there, that little bit that was happening. He filled that void, and everything was like. Whenever I asked about anything, it ended up, if it needed to be taken care of, it got taken care of.
okay, let's change it up then. Like, were there any times where, for example, the Fernando Vargas fight, that was one of a lot of people regard as one of his more emotional, finer victories. What do you remember about when the training camp was announced for Vargas? What did you try to do in camp to make sure he was 100% ready?
I got on Vargas' nerves. I got on Vargas' nerves. Not Oscar, me. See, I'm the one that did all the poetry. I can't even remember none of the poetry now, but I'm the one that did all the poetry when they fought. I'm the one that didn't let nobody rise to no occasion to offset anything that was going on with me. I don't care about what they said, his team said, or anybody said. I spoke my piece, and I meant what I said, and I believe what Oscar did at the end. Put him to sleep. But me and Vargas became to be real good friends.
Right.
Me and Vargas cool now.
Yeah.
I ain't got too much to say about it. But at that time, I was with Oscar.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, I think Oscar was either he was our second or third fight. It was the second or third fight, and me and Vargas real good people now, but I had to speak what it is. We didn't see eye to eye then, and I was the De La Hoya. I was the De La Hoya man,
Now, when you were with Oscar, he was pretty much the most prolific fighter, the #1 star in boxing.
Yeah.
Did that give you a sense of like pride or accomplishment that you were the head guy of boxing's biggest cash cow?
You know something, man? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'll be honest with you, man. I don't look at fighters like that.
Okay.
I don't look at fighters like that. You know why? Because I know when I step up to the plate, I can shine myself.
Right.
I don't need nobody to make me shine, because I can do my thing myself. When I'm training, whatever I'm doing, I can do better than anybody else. I also can't take no pads and do what I do. And nobody else can do what I do with no pads. So, hey, he have his place in his moments, and I have my place in my moments.
Now,
and both of them is at the top.
Got you. Now, you're a very colorful guy, from your poetry, the confidence in which you kind of have, and even like the way you dress. You got the sharp dress. What did Oscar think of like just your style and your kind of demeanor? Did he like that?
I still like my style. We talk about that stuff a lot, about dressing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But because I was the best dresser, irregardless, he had the money. He probably could have went and did it like I did it, but hey, you got to know where I got it, but you can do it the way I do it.
Got you.
So, but you know, and you know, I got a wicked suit right now. I got a wicked suit right now to put on and shake up the world.
Now, you know, a lot of times when a fighter works with a trainer, it becomes like they have a real deep bond, and they become almost like there's like a brotherhood. Do you ever sense Oscar sharing to you personal things from his life, turning to you for advice? I mean, did you guys ever really get close like that?
Well, you know, I'm gonna be honest, man. I you know, it's a few things. I mean, I could talk to Oscar. The one thing was, when Oscar got mad about certain things, man, I could talk to Oscar. You know, and right now it was one guy, he's a friend of mine too now. It was a guy that was a friend of mine, and Oscar just, for some reason, didn't want him to be in the camp, and I just talked to Oscar and pleaded with Oscar, and you know, kept telling Oscar. I kept pleading and telling him, you know, man, come on, Oscar, man. The guy ain't no bad guy. Even though the guy, you know, things wasn't what I thought it was. Things wasn't like it was, but I knew things was gonna get better though, you know. And Oscar went on, and it was at least a couple of times. It was at least a couple of times that I kept the guy in the camp.
And how did it come about where you and Oscar went your separate ways? Like, what led to you guys parting ways?
I'll be honest with you, man. You know, Oscar's a good guy, and I can't take nothing away from Oscar, irregardless of whatever happened in our relationship. And there's nothing wrong with our relationship right now, because he understands and I understand. So we understand that, hey, you know, we departed right when who did Oscar fight first? Pacquiao?
He fought Pacquiao December of 2008.
Okay. That's when things stopped.
Okay. Because he trained with Nacho Beristain for that fight.
Yep.
So
that's when things stopped.
But you just felt like, was it a matter of money, or you had kind of ran your course as a trainer?
I was finna get more money, and I felt like I deserved more money. And I asked, you know, I didn't talk to Oscar. Oscar had people talk for him. He had nobody talk. Somebody was talking for him, not me. I didn't talk directly to him. They talked for him, and I told them my thing. I told them the kind of money I'm getting now, man, and I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna do it for this right here, you know. And I guess he understood. Then it came back. It was one time he was gonna fight little Floyd, and he had vowed to give me $2 million to fight my son, because they was trying to give me $500,000 at first. So first of all, I was getting on a regular basis, I was getting $250,000 to fight. Okay. Then I was getting 2,000. So all that was to me that he gave me another 250,000. Hey, I'm not gonna fight my son for no $500,000, man.
Okay.
You know, and I wouldn't have been fighting my son at all, but me and my son had a witch hunt raid going on. So I chose not to I just chose not to do nothing for that kind of money. You give me $2 million, that'll get me ahead. And being that he was mad at me, my son was mad at me at the time, I didn't care. You know, I'm just saying, you know, I never wanted it to happen anyway. I'm just saying, I never wanted my brother to fight with anybody I was training. But my son was calling him out anyway. It was my son calling him out, Oscar.
Yeah.
And then Oscar wanted me to do it with him. When he did it, he did it for whatever he did it for. I told him to give me $2 million right there to do it. He's giving me $500,000. I didn't see nothing going with that, you know. So I'm just saying, I had to see something, man, that was really beneficial to me, that I can go off. I can see something that I can do something with. You know, I couldn't do nothing with no $500,000, man. I mean, it looked big, it looked good, man. You buy a house, you done. You know, whatever. I'm just saying, you know. But I'm glad that it didn't happen. It didn't happen. I'm glad that it didn't happen. But my son was making money. Oscar was making money. And I wasn't making money.
Okay.
So I had to do what I had to do for me and mine.
All right. Thanks a lot, Floyd. Appreciate you.